Hello, hello, it's Wild once again with more art. But yeah, hopefully you feel there better, buddy. That sucks to hear that you're sick. Hopefully you get better. Yeah, so we're just gonna do some more of the same. That is art. That's what we do. We do art. This is art streams. So all of November anyway. So the last time we did some poses, and I thought they were okay. I still think there's a lot of work that I need to do with my line work, so I thought I would do more shapes today. I know it's boring, but it's sort of just practice. It's practice. Trying to do fast shapes, try to do fast lines, try to do whatever. The thing I don't, maybe I've struggled to do, is try to turn shapes or objects, things into shapes. Like I don't break them apart. So that's something that I kind of have to get better at. But I suppose that's something I either have to figure out myself or I'll never do, and then I'll suck forever. But that's what it is. Yeah, I'm just opening some stuff here in the background, so just give me a second. And I'll get out of the way of the main screen as well. Okay, we have the website open that I always use. lineofaction.com. Oh, I forgot to send that to Hawk. This is the website. Where I'm just checking something out right now. Okay, so this is the website we use. We'll be using it a while more, I suppose. What else can we... Anything else that I need to do? No, I just have to get out of the way. Let's get out of the way, shall we? Now I'm here. And let's put a tablet. And we have our little window. I'm gonna block the majority of a quarter of that screen over there, but that's fine. Not a big problem. It's not an issue. Not an issue at all. Let's make a new image. Every time we were doing the canvas, I don't feel like we need to do it. I don't feel it's necessary. It's just more fluffing of details. What is the test feature though? Precision categories. Yeah, that's not really things I can do. So what we're gonna do is just gonna do 10 images in 2 minutes. That'll be 20 minutes of shapes rather than doing a classroom. That way we'll get familiarized with what we gotta do. Okay, let's start. We got an orange. We got an apple. We got a line. Big of a line. Grape. 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 Again, we're starting just very raw. Very, very raw. Well, I should draw the lemon more than focusing on the grapes. Grapes can basically be irrelevant. You think it'd be better if I had made this into an oval and then switch it? We're down to a minute. My timing is growing thin. Okay, that lemon. The lemon is screwed. We'll make a bunch of them. I don't think this one's gonna be our best attempt at all, in my opinion. This orange is also not the proper shape. I don't know why I can't delete them. Oh, is it in a different layer? I see. It was in fact in a different layer. Merge there. I don't know. Let's just go back to drawing. Then we got triangle. Yeah, triangle. Got a bit of spacing. Triangle. Then we got a tiny little shape here. Goes this way. Let's have an app. So we have an app. Doing a hexagon. I guess it's an octagon. Doing an octagon sucks. Then like that. Try to fill the line. Okay, well, I messed up that line real bad, but okay. Keep doing the triangle. For the pyramid, I guess. A bit too wide, I'd say. A bit too wide. And it has a little shape. And this triangle curve. Fine. One needs a little more. This line actually has to go there. This is terrible, but oh well. And I'm gonna draw the things in the foreground first. Need to draw that. There's this one as well. And there's a tiny little knife. Knife actually gets cut through this specific area and goes to that one, so. Then goes down. The knife, I guess. Circles for these, and the little nub. Thank you for the lurk show. Hope you had a great day. This one's over here. 30 seconds. We'll do the plate as a last minute thing. We got some wooden blocks. Down. Well, it's cut by this other hexagon. One that cuts here, but this also another thing that cuts it. It's a bit of a circular shape, but it's not really noticeable. Then this one gets cut back down. This one continues by breaking that line. Okay. Right, I don't have time to really think too much about it. I haven't drawn any of the bottom shapes either. I haven't even finished this octagon over here. Circle. They're gonna disappear. Hexagon. Octagon, sorry. Another one. It goes all the way enough that it kind of goes behind this shape, but didn't have time to finish. Circle. A triangle. It's blocked by this. Then there's another one. Obviously the proportions of these are wrong, but that cube doesn't go there at all. The line work needs a lot more detailing, I would say. Oh well. Move to the next shape. I guess that's closer to the shape, but the triangle is actually a little bigger. Shape of this is not consistent, but oh well. Is there anything I can fix in seconds? Don't know. I don't know if there's things I can fix in about a second. Sure. I feel like I can fix that one. Do the next. What is this? A sphere? Can't do that curve line there. I don't know. How close is that to that shape? Da, 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 da. It's one of these shapes. Sort of like a hemisphere. So. So it kind of goes down, then it immediately has a lip. It goes down, has another lip. Two minutes for this shape, huh? We'll make it very big. Nope. And we're done. That's 20 minutes. Alright, move to the second art class. This one, we will be doing animals. We're going to be doing 2 minutes. We're going to do in 10 practices, and then we'll go down the line. Do the best we can with them anyway. Start. Circle. Cylinder. Egg. Leg. Another shape. Another shape over here. Oh, probably should hide this, because it kind of blocks my view. Need to erase these lines. Erase that as well. as much as that bird we're seeing, I guess. We got a kitty. The kitty. That's not what I wanted to do. I feel like that's closer to a kitty, but we got bear. Finish that. Wow, this is a Tanseer. Never seen this animal before. You got a tiny little frog. Mip Mip, how you doing there, Dan? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm just doing some basic sketching. Because I'm just trying to get better. But I'm not very good at it, so... I'm also doing it in a small amount of time. Second. Stop doing shapes again. Not what I wanted to do. Ribbit. Ribbit. I don't remember what frog fingers look like. I'll just do a nub. You get a nub. I think this means that your leg is like this. And you are ready to pounce. I highlight it. Have a bit of a bridge line here. Do a little frog eye. Certainly is a thing. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? Enjoy a follow while you can. Oh, thanks. Yeah, but I'm doing well. I'm just basically trying to get better at sketching. I'm very, very bad at it. I don't really have a background for doing art, and I haven't done sketching or anything like that for a long time. So just thought I'd challenge myself to do drawings every week. Obviously, they're not going to be anywhere near what some other people can do, but I'm just trying to get better, you know? Sometimes it's all about practice, sometimes it's all about motivation, determination, whatever you want to call it. How about you there, Dan? Are you much of an artist, given the fact the name says otherwise? Go, my bud, go. I think I may run out of space on this canvas. Certainly am going to run out of space because his head is too big. Also try not to chicken scratch very often, which is something I've been told that I do quite frequently, so also why you see me do these lines that are not great. We'll consider that the tail then. So that's that shape. You have a leg. No pigeons have that big of a leg. Seem pretty big. They seem to have big legs. Pigeon looks angry if I do that. You an angry pigeon? Are you an angry pigeon? No, you're just a derpy pigeon. You've been derpified. Not enough time to draw more details. What is this? Not much. Despite having art in my name, I'm not an artist. Sometimes I sketch to trace my hyperfixations to trend, but I don't have enough creativity. I think sometimes we get hanged up on a lot of things. Sometimes we think, oh, I just don't know what I want to draw. Sometimes we do know what we want to draw, but we just can't do it. We just bring ourselves down, thinking that we can't do things because we are not capable. Each of us runs into our own I guess problems to some degree. I think art is just for art's sake. You want to draw something, you draw it. You don't want to draw something, you don't draw it. But bringing yourself down, never great for your motivation. In my opinion, anyway. If you ever get the spark of drawing, just draw. Doesn't matter if you're not creative. Doesn't matter if you're just taking existing concepts. If you're having fun, that's all that matters. I do not know how to draw rodents in a way that's convincing. Draw that eye. You don't even have whiskers. I do like people drawing and showing their arts. It shows that I should appreciate other people's specialties. Everyone has a little things that we're good at, but there's a lot of 100 things that we're bad at. If we keep focusing on the things that we're bad at, we'll never want to do them. I think it's important to just enjoy the process. Sure, if you're trying to make this your career, we can be a little more negative, I guess, more specific. But I think just doing it is the good part. Got an ear. Got an ear. And we start connecting. Got some chunk. Then he's got a leg. And a feeder's here. I can't do these tiny hands. Anytime I try to do fingers, they just come out at a sort of weird angle. But I still try to do them. Still try to. I think there, Dan, you want to do art, you can do it. Anyone can. Very few people can't, I guess, but most people can. My fingers are messed up. I don't really have time to deal with it. Gotta draw the rest of the body. No, I didn't have enough time. I guess spider warning if you are against spiders. This just came out of nowhere. Kinda cute though. You actually see another eye here. Kind of a body shape. Don't know I can do its cuteness though. Go up, go down. Go down and then leg. I'm already at a minute. Leg. Go down. Leg. He obviously has a body back here, but his entire head is taking the majority of it. The legs get worse as the less time I have. Dun, 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 dun. Luckily, I'm not scared of bugs. Yeah. He has a little bit of a... I guess something like that. Can't draw it. Don't have time. There's another tiny little bug. There's a tiny little leaf. This one I can maybe draw the leaf. Kinda very pill-shaped. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is a pill. I think it is an aphid, to be honest. I'm not sure. A little bit like that. That. I'll give you a little more. He's a tiny little guy in a tiny little world. Well, actually, these are not straight. These are curved. I had to mess up a bit in drawings. Quality isn't guaranteed, am I right? You are not wrong. That is my motto. Only for streams, but I do want to get a little better. Okay, so let's draw the leaf because there's a lot of time. Very thin line. Very thin line. Very thin line. I don't know if you can tell that that's a leaf in any way, though. That's the last one for that one. Okay. Then we finally got to do 20 more minutes, but this time of poses. My poses will be real rough, because I don't think they work very well. I like to write people's bios and about nothing like creepy things. That's fine. I mean, I wrote them down. Like, Dan, if I wrote them down, they're definitely to be shared. So I don't mind people reading what I wrote. Sometimes I can write some cringy things, but I wrote them there. I'm not too upset about them, so I'll draw them. Because of Twitch, we can only do covered models, unfortunately. 2 more minutes, so we'll do 10 more drawings. But this time of figures, and then you will see the skill level of me trying to draw a figure. Okay. No. Draw a head. Draw a body. Torso, leg, foot. I can do like this sort of very simplistic, but I think everybody can if they had enough time. This isn't a skill. Yeah, I overextended that arm. That's our basic shape. Draw on top of it. Oh. Can't do hands, so you get nubs. Go down. Go. That foot is huge. Got a butt. Shoulder extends a bit. And then I guess he has a bit of a line there. His head. Oh, that's as much time as we got. What a pose. The JoJo reference? Perhaps. Sometimes these poses are kind of unique, I would say. Kind of looking down. His leg, one of his legs is completely covered up, but this leg is extremely extended this way. Then goes down. Then goes back. I'm gonna presume his leg is actually like this, because based on how I see the clothing, but we can't see it, so we'll need to do something else. This leg, this arm is also hidden, but this one is not. This one is about here. His hand here. One comes down. Arm goes up. And hand. Now we try to draw this. Problem is the cape kind of will block all of this. He has a little nub. Goes in. Gets hit by his pecs. Massive pecs, which I've drawn as a belly, weirdly enough. Leg. Cover that leg, that's fine. If I have enough time, I'll cover that leg. Straight. Then all of this is a cloak. I have 10 seconds, so don't have enough time to finish that cloak. Yep, not enough time. 2 minutes is not enough time to finish that. It's getting pretty late for me. You don't mind me going off, or do you want me to stay? It's up to you, buddy. If you need to go, you need to go. I appreciate your company. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you if you dropped a follow, if you want to, but it's up to you. I'm just a tiny little guy doing nothing here crazy.
I'm dead!
Take care there, Dan. Have a good rest. May you have a great day today, tomorrow, or whenever day you want to have it. It's not like he's that long, it's just that he has a lot of things covering it. His leg is on top of the other leg. I can't tell the other one. Alright, let's just draw on top of it, I guess. I don't have enough time to like go to another layer. Very flat. Flat. Up. As a float. Oh, it's an old man. I haven't seen an old man in a long time. Old man. He's got a twisted torso. No, this actually extends more. Draw that again. Whoop, I didn't mean to group it. I need to make it. No, I don't want to group it. I want just a new layer. No, stop. He's looking at his hand over here. Yeah, so it's kind of raining over here. It's raining. Oh, he's doing a handstand. Okay. Or so. Elvis. Leg. Leg. Second leg, feet, arm, hand, repetition, then there's the box. So, kind of looking this way. Too much of a back archway. I don't know. Every time I try to draw on top of it, it just kind of ruins it a bit to me. But I'll get rid of that. This actually would have been straighter, so this actually would have been like that. I elevated the legs too much. We have a gal. He's sitting. Something like that. Did not get the rotation correctly. She's actually looking a little bit to the side. She is, in fact, closer to... I'll redo it again. Be a little bit like... This one not so much. One a bit more. Like that. He looking down. I don't know if doing a face is worth it at all. He got some stretchy. We got... We definitely got this, but it's not very tall. The head is wrong. Now that makes more sense. Now we got another one, but this one's looking from the side. And there we're done. Try to finish this one, I guess. I already have it here. That leg. These legs are terrible. Oh well. Okay, well, those are those exercises. Let's draw something for a while. I kind of want to draw persons more than I want to draw anything else. But I want to draw a cat too. So do 10 minutes until we hit a cat, I guess. Need a cat. 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 Oh, that was a cat. Whoops. Cat. Cat. There's a cat. Okay, so we're gonna draw this for 10 minutes. Those ears are not right. That's the outline of a cat, I guess. The ears are not right. I think it's a bit tall. I'm not gonna worry about detailing yet. I don't know why that ear is so bad. Is it too big, maybe? I see a problem with this. Got 1 minute. And it's over. 10 minutes, and this is the best I could draw for a cat, huh? Try that again. Draw another cat. Give me a second cat, please. There's my cat. So I guess, whoops. Start with basics, I guess. So that's right. feel like this is an oversimplification, but alright. That mouth and that nose do not coordinate. Hello. How are you doing there, mister? Mrs.? How you doing, sweeper on the road? Sorry, sweeper on the roof? You're not on the road, you're on the roof. How goes? That ear is wrong. Doing good. Just call me Sweeper. How are you? I'm okay. Just drawing. Just trying to practice my drawing skills and trying to get somewhat marginally better by the end of the month. For no reason other than just to say that I did it. I got slightly better. Something about that ear. That fine. If I draw it too many times, it becomes chicken scratch, and it's terrible. But again, my entire thing is already not very focused lines, so. We have another one. What brings you here there, Sweeper? Are you enjoying doing some art today as well? Doing some artistic styles? Looks pretty decent. That's why I decided to come on this side of Twitch. Decided to try to learn a little drawing. Well, I got a website for you if you want to. This is what I've been using for a while. You may see it a little bit on the Twitch stream under the window, but line-off-action.com. It's a decent website to try it. This is where I'm getting my images. Saves the hassle having to search for whatever you're trying to draw. Not sponsored, just thought it's a cool website. It also gives you like a time limit, so you don't focus too much on all the details, and you end up just doing the required amount. Because you can spend forever on a drawing, and then you wouldn't know why. You wouldn't know why. He's got... This cat's got claws. It's got claws here too. Oh, that's the right angle for that. I feel like it could be closer to that maybe. Then this should ease into it. He's got a belly. Problem is I can't do details very well. Like, can't quite get certain things on him. I can do the whiskers, I guess. Oh, there it goes. He said line of... Yeah, I'll type it in chat. Now that my time period has ended for that one. Line of action. Is that correct? I'll just copy it. Copy it. That will probably be better. There you go. See if that goes you to the website. That's the place where I've been going. There's different like styles and types of drawings you can do, and that's the ones I've been focusing on. There's my 10-minute cat. Let's find another thing to draw, huh? Let's do something I've never done before, huh? So how about do a landscape? I have no idea how this is gonna go. Okay. I've never done landscapes before, so we'll see how we do with perspective. first things first, this is a cube. And that goes into 2 points, so there's 2 points. This middle. Then there is this. I think that one's too wide. And we'll go down. Start drawing that. Hopefully that website helps you for your creativity there. Can't get that line to work. Maybe I should just do the line. Don't worry about it. Get rid of it. So one thing I already messed up is that this... I am new. Yeah, I'm pretty new too. I don't really know much of anything. I started 15 days ago. I know the basics at best. I would say probably for you there, Sweet, you should do like I did and start with shapes and start with line work. So your line work feels confident, or at least feels like you can do straight lines without having to stop yourself. So one simple exercise to do is you put a dot, and you're trying to get to the line, trying to get to the spot as accurate as you can. It's one exercise to do, just to make sure that your line work is confident. Then you can start doing hatching and cross hatching and stuff like that. Can't say that I'm necessarily the best at it either, but then once you feel a little confident with your line work, that it's feels like it's flowy, it's not jagged, then you can move on to other things. For example, you just don't want your line to look like this. Or you're just too slow and it starts like veering like this. So for example, I guess I'm not doing the drawing back here in the background, but imagine for example you're doing a cube, right? So if you're confident with your line work, even if you make mistakes, your cube comes out like that. If you're not confident with your cube, it comes out like this, I guess. I mean, this is an effect on its own, but like you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference between a line, a flowy line, and one that's not. Obviously, I have mistakes as well. Like my accuracy when it comes to doing flowing lines is very low, etc., etc. And I cannot say I'm a pro of it in any way, so just helping out whenever I can. Okay, well, I already used half my time on this one, so let's move to the next. Well, okay, I kind of now regret going to the next one because. A block. Have trees. This is a tree. The rock. Kind of lose sight of the rest because I can't see it, so maybe I should just draw as if it was the entirety of the canvas. Rock. I feel like that's too wide. Too wide. Rock. But one thing to look at as well there, Sweeper, is what do you want to get out of drawing? You want to draw your project, your passive project, I would say probably focus on the stuff required for it. If you're trying to draw something else, then it's a matter of trying to figure out what you want to draw. Still not good. So this is where the edge of the water. And have another waterfall. Probably too tall for this. Yeah, as a start, I wish to actually make my character my own. The one I use as a profile picture is a proper character. Okay, so then the first things you kind of want to focus on is faces, cartoon faces, I guess, or stylistic faces, depending on what you want, and shapes. Those would be the two main things you probably want to focus on, so that way you have a sort of main thing you're getting better at. Shapes for sure, just so you get an idea of how things kind of progress. Line work, but that's just, you'll get better at line work as the more you feel confident with your lines, kind of thing. Five minutes to try to make something out of this. Not happening. Never done landscapes before, so, but we'll try anyway. Okay, so there's a lot of spaces. First thing, let's do the waterfall. Then let's do this second waterfall. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work very well, but oh well. We have this rock that has a bit of vegetation. Maybe if I do flowing line. It has to be like a very contiguous flowing line. I think you just makes it messy. You make it messy. So what's your long-term goal there? What is it that you're trying to draw in the end? There's a bunch of rock there, but I don't know. So, how would we do rocks? Do this? Made it in 14 seconds. Most of this is rock. This is rock too. There's rock in the bank. Oh, I don't know how to accentuate this as a water. This just basically gets very flowy. I don't think I have anything specific I want, but I want to be able to, you know, doodle and look at it a little good. I think that's what most people try to do at summer arts. Alright, well, my background art sucks, but we can keep doing some more. Specifically with too much detail, I just don't know what to do. I get brain overload. I'm like, ah, yes. You should do something about that. So this is the Golden Gate, I think. Depending if you want to draw perspective drawings, then it's a little different too. Actually a line. Now we need a line connecting these two. Then another line. And another line. Is that? It's kind of hard to do because it's an angle going backwards. Maybe if we rotate the canvas. Feel a little more confident with that. Let's redo this one as well. Sometimes trying to do lines is very hard, especially because your wrist won't let you do it, or your arm won't let you do it. Well, I know myself, I can be somewhat a perfectionist, so I imagine Control Z will be used a lot, so I need to manage that a little. I'm not upset with myself. I would say perhaps for the first days that you do practice, try to not use Control Z as I was told, and instead just use your erase optionalities. So that way you'll basically, you can erase things that you want to, but you will not be erasing every line. It's a hard thing to learn, but I think it's useful. I personally do think it's useful. So here, for example, if I didn't want to do that line, I would have to delete it, or have to erase it. Because sometimes, at least when you're doing sketching, having lines is not a problem. It's basically making sure that you highlight the lines that matter. And don't be afraid that you have to use one line, like you have to do one continuous line. It's okay to do multi-segmented lines. So this is second, third. This is the space. Then there's a big gap. You may hate seeing your own faults, but sometimes you gotta live with them. You just sometimes gotta figure out what your problems are and try to fix them. Because if you try to fix everything on the spot, you won't learn why you're making those mistakes. Sometimes it's better to just learn them. Learn them as you go. So we got lines here. I guess no, this would be higher up. I need to make. I guess I need to make this entire thing over here. Then. No, that would be that way. Angled too much. Definitely this is not gonna look good. I'll tell you that right now. It also has this. That's what you're trying to go in? Fair enough. So, what would be the first thing you try drawing then? If that's what your focus is? What would you want to do? Okay, well, I can definitely see where I started losing the angle. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. My tower does not look very tall. Not very tall at all. Very confused lines, I'd say. It's definitely not the best. Definitely need a lot more practice for that one. Alright, let's move to figure drawings again. I haven't done faces either. Do some faces just to figure out. Oh, I put it only on 30 seconds. I need more time than 30 seconds, thank you. Do 5 minutes. She angry. Was a start, I think we're just gonna focus trace over characters and such. Maybe focus a bit on chibi-esque characters, big heads, simple eyes. Tracing is fine. It's better to draw from reference though. So that way you get more experience on where the lines are. Nothing wrong with tracing. You're angry. Obviously, I already did this face pretty nasty. Not. No. Maybe make it another layer so I don't erase the thing. Oh, did it again. As you can see, I am no good. No good. No bueno. It's a face, that's all I can say right now. Give me another. Give me another face. He yelling. No, because the chin's a... I'd have to rotate things. His skull is actually looking up. I guess it's face to the side. No, I think that's closer to what I'm trying to draw. But it feels wrong. See, now I've done angled. Those teeth are really, the mouth shape is not right. This looks like he's biting on something. Looks like he's biting on something, and it's not good. Teas are definitely not easy, and I am not very proficient in drawing things that are off the cuff, things that are a little rougher, I would say. We have his basic shape. Actually, his ear's a little lower. But... the fine detail of doing the eye. I feel like I would need to zoom in to make this line be accurate. But zooming in is not a great thing to do because it basically makes you focus on extraneous details. I also suck at doing lips. Yeah, I guess that's fine for his chin. I think I'm doing a disservice to you there. He certainly does seem like I made him be very chinny. He does have a pronounced chin, but I think it's because of the angle of his face more than anything, which I did not respect. I would have to basically move and rotate this face a little bit. That was Mr. Facey. Oh, I didn't do his ear at all, actually, now that I think of it. I also didn't clean up that line. Alright. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's do figure drawings. Only covered. We'll do a 5-minute one. I should do the body shape before I... Oh, I'm gonna run out of space. Move the layer. And let's see. Let's see. We got an arm that's extended. Send it to his shoulder. Then there's the basic pose. Lower the opacity and draw over it. By looking at its face. That arm is thick. Try to make it a little thinner. Sort of like thumb is like this. Hierarchy of his hand is arcing. Arm may be too long. Give me an E, please. This foot is too long. Leg is much thinner than the other, but hopefully that's because of the angle. His hips are too wide in my opinion, or I made him too thick. As much time as we have in 5 minutes to draw that guy. Does it look at all like him? Probably not. Just trying to combine the shapes. But this is probably easier to just draw him straight up like that, but I don't know. I still need a lot more experience when it comes to it. A lot more experience. Anyway, let's go through all of the drawings we've done today, and then we'll call it. We'll call it for today. Alright, so starting with the speed drawings of the shapes. Biggest problem I had for these ones is just wasn't sure how to draw them fast enough in 30 seconds. Man, I've sneezed all day, even sneezed myself a headache. That's not good. Are you having some allergy there, Sweeper? Hopefully you get that checked out. Allergies can be bad. Oh yeah, this is where I messed up and put both layers in the same thing. Some basic shapes. This one I had 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds to draw, 30 seconds. I feel like at this point, I should focus on being longer time rather than short time. I think that would probably be better for my skill level. Actually, no, I think these are 2 minutes all. Now that I think of it, I didn't do any 30 seconds. I did all 2 minutes. The 2-minute drawings can be a little rough. This one I did big. That was a very simple shape. This is the line here. Not as straight as I thought. This one's okay because of the curves. But yeah, I definitely can't use one lines. Here I did some animals. Here's the cat. This is okay, just facial features not very good at. A lot of scribbles. Here's where I basically started losing traction. This is one of Tarsier, I think. This is a Tarsier. Its fingers I couldn't get well enough in the time allotted. This is the frog. There's the pigeon. Yeah, pigeon look mad, weirdly enough. But holds the shape of the pigeon, I guess. This was like some sort of rodent that was upside down. Do have allergies, but man, the snow is already on the ground and not much else in the air. I think I may be getting sick. Oh, well, November to January tend to be sick periods when people stick around, so hopefully if it's sickness, hopefully you can recover fast enough there, Sweeper. So, sorry to hear for your condition. May you recover in a swift and speedy motion. I like the shape. I like the shape of this. I like the shape of this. And then the fingers. Just, nope. There's the spider. There's the beetle. And there's some poses I was doing as well. So I start always by doing the sort of sketching of that. And then I try to draw it if I had enough time. Obviously here, there's not that much of a difference between one or the other, to be honest. But I think this was a pose with a cape or something. That's why this leg is blocked. Two fingery, yes. This one I basically did it directly on it. And I'm not sure if it's better. Because now the lines are very confused, I guess. Here's the pose without. Oh my god, I just realized how broken this arm is. Yeah, this arm was extremely off scale. But it was off scale because of how it looked. Because they would look at an angle, you looked at it as if it were going forward. The perspective affected it. But because it was not a flat drawing, it just looked so weird. Needed to convey that he's curved a little more. Also, it's a bit weird that the arm in the background is thicker than the background, the one in the foreground. Alright, those are some mistakes that I need to fix. Here's this guy. I got only enough time to basically draw him in the basic shapes. He had a cape. This one was like, yeah, this guy basically had a way moving up. The main thing I'm trying to figure out is that maybe I shouldn't draw. If I'm looking at a person from the side, their side doesn't actually look like a circle or like an oval. It looks like a combination of an oval. Can I draw it? It looks like this plus this, I guess. And that's the kind of shapes that I'm trying to learn. Like that's basically a skull. Like it's a combination of shapes. But shape combinations I'm not still very good at. Like a square. So it's like a square that's behind this an egg. And here would have the nose, that's the chin, here would go the eyes, here would go the hair. And somewhere over here would go the eye. The ear. Then the neck proceeds, then goes into box shape. If you're looking from the side, this is going to be an arm. The first arm extends over, and the second one goes on top, and then goes here. Pelvis. Shape. 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 And this is how I do it when I'm trying to do it fast, right? Because I'm trying to be fast at it. Because I'm trying to get the concept of that everything can be reduced, simplified. And when you do it with speed, when you have less time, you cannot focus on, oh, well, this shape is actually a little bit like this. So you just draw. You just draw a little line. And sometimes you want to draw, you draw an S line instead. Sometimes you draw a reverse S line. Sometimes you draw a curve. Sometimes you draw an inward curve. Sometimes you draw straight. Sometimes you drew jig-jags. Instead of doing what it should be, you draw simplified versions so that way you can come back to it. But because I never come back to it, I always think that they suck. They suck. This was a lady that was sitting down, I think. This is a guy who was leaning to the side. I don't mind the lean. The lean is fine. Here I tried to draw the face, but obviously I suck at faces. Her arm is extended. Yeah, I think those are right proportional. She's kind of leaned a little bit to the side, which I did by putting the head on top of the body, which makes it seem like, oh, okay, she's not necessarily just standing straight, and she's just very small. She's very small. Then we have the pose of somebody like strutting. I broke that feet though. Feet is broken. Couldn't really get the. I think I did a few passes to do this. The knee, but I couldn't. It didn't work very well. The arm was fine for what it is, anyway. I think this is where you started joining. Where I was doing the cat. This cat took 10 minutes. Just to try to get its basic shape for what I see. It definitely looks like a cat. The biggest thing I had is that a lot of its body shape was contorted in a way that I couldn't draw lines. So you have to leave it a lot to the imagination to draw these lines. Here's the other cat you saw, in which I detailed it more. Because I had already practiced with this one. I detailed it more and I was able to give it more time, give it more shapes. Sketch of a cat. I think the face is a little off. I don't think this is the exact face of a cat. Because obviously I don't think the cats look to you in the side eye. But it works for what it is. And the rest you kind of already know. But I'll show them anyway. Here's the attempt of a background. Obviously with only black and white and only pencil. Not easy to me to do. Without really knowing how I'm doing it in this small amount of time. Here's my bridge. And here was my character faces. Yeah, the teeth are just so off. They look like donkey teeth, actually, now that I think of it. Teeth are like going above. Probably too big. There's the face to the side. Looking quite smug there, buddy. And then the final body pose that I did. Alright, let's save these as our today's progress. I think I'll save this cat as the progress one. Save as. We're at 15. Here we go. Alright, let's put our tablet away. And let's go to the center of the screen. And let's call it a day. Thank you for everybody who stopped by. Very kind for everybody who was by. We'll come back at it again tomorrow. One more time, as usual. Because that's what we do. We just come at it every day. And just learn a little more. Do a little more practice. Get a little more used to using a tablet. Getting a little more used to working things. I hope everybody who's sick gets better. It's been a rough day. The art starts. Oh, there's no ad. Ad be gone. We're closing the stream. Be gone! Anyway, hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to stay wild, and if you like art, keep at it. A lot of motivation, a lot of dedication, and a lot of inspiration. So, keep at it. I'm sure you'll do fine. Till next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget, stay wild. And you're cool.